Dear dears, I feel like we need a little deer to walk by. Anywho. So I want to start with a Bible verse, and that Bible verse is Philippians 4:19, and I'm using the English Standard Version. I like the English Standard Version because it's easy for me to understand, and that's just the version that I use for the most part. And the Bible verse is, "And my God will supply every need of yours according to his riches and glory in Christ Jesus." Okay, right there, that's pretty amazing. So God will supply us what we need. Sometimes, obviously it is not always what we want. No, not at all. So sometimes, actually very, very often, I kind of feel like I'm wandering towards nowhere, or I'm taking small steps that just make me feel like I'm going in a never-ending loop. And it's very upsetting. God doesn't want us to wander about aimlessly. He doesn't want us to feel lost all the time. At least I don't think so. But he knows sometimes we will, and that's why we need to have faith in him and know that he's going to lead us where we need to go. Yes, we're going to not always be happy with where we're at, but honestly, there's always something good about where you're at. You just have to find it. So, really the past 2 years of my life, there have been so many circumstances. I feel like my past 2 years of my life have went through kind of phases and different groups of people, different things I've been involved in, different places I've been around, different jobs. Yeah, different jobs is a big one. My passions and hobbies kind of stay the same, but even those kind of flip sometimes, and I feel very lost. The job I was working at, not a very fun job. The job I was working at was not a very fun job. The job I'm talking about is not very fun. I tried to make the most out of it, and it helped me save money, which I needed. But it's not my dream job at all. However, I could go into work knowing I knew what I was going to do, I was making money, I knew I wasn't going to be there forever, and it was a calm atmosphere, because the outside of my life at this time was kind of hectic and very emotionally tolling, and I had a lot of stress. So I think if God had given me, going to college to do my theater, or having some other amazing job that I wanted, or even because I thought about going in the Air Force and all this other stuff, I would have had way too much stress and upset because I'd go to work during the day, have it, or go to college and have all the stress, tests, blah, 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 blah. If I did go into the Air Force, I'd have all of that. That's going to be stressful. Many other paths that hopefully I'll share with you sometime. Those are just some basic ones that I had in my mind. I just wouldn't have been able to handle it because I'd come home and I'd have so much other stuff going on in my outside life outside of work. And even though sometimes I'm like, why do I feel like I'm not moving forward? I am moving forward for so many reasons. And now I'm starting to see the end of a certain tunnel again. Also, I learned a lot of things. So it all makes sense. Even though it doesn't seem like a good time, you can make a good time in it. Really, you can. Life's not supposed to be easy or fair. Sometimes you're not in a good situation or a good place, or, there's a thing that I believe in, it's called the godly circle. When you feel like maybe you're not surrounded by your godly circle, or maybe you are, you kind of sometimes maybe feel like you're not worth it, or you're not valuable, or other people don't perceive you as valuable. But you can't think like that. You can't think that you're not valuable because you're not getting what someone else is getting. You can't think that you're not valuable because someone else here on earth doesn't act like you are. The only thing that matters, nobody else's opinion matters of you but God's when it comes to your value. I shouldn't be looking to my value for where I am in life, what I'm doing in life, what I'm achieving in life, who I'm around in life. If I look for my value from any other person besides God, that's when I'm going to feel like I'm not valuable. And it comes easy because I have a tendency to set really high expectations for everything and everyone. Maybe it's not fair to them sometimes, or I don't know, maybe it is. I don't know everything. I don't know a lot of things. That's probably why I ask so many questions all the time. But then you start feeling let down. And it's not that you shouldn't put faith in people. You should put faith in people. But you shouldn't look for other people to fulfill you like God can. Because God's the one that's going to fulfill you, guide you to your purpose. You just have to have faith in Him. And subscribe to me and like my video and comment. And I would love to talk to you because honestly, I just really love being surrounded by people and feel good and make other people feel good and make other people feel valuable. Because you really are valuable, okay? Just because you may have gone through different things, maybe you weren't always the sweetest, kindest person in the world. Everyone is forgiven and you still have so much value, okay? Doesn't mean you should continue being like that. Like, straighten up. But really, yeah, you have value and I think you should know how worth it you are and how much value you have. So, bye. So, goodbye, Cheerio, until next time. I should say like signing off, Molly Marie. Da, 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 da. But yeah, so I hope you watch more.